Good day, friends. Paul here. Last weekend, during the heat wave that permeated the Northeast, I was binge watching on YouTube about survival stories. And there are some common threads that I noticed through survival stories, including Steve Callahan's 76 Days at Sea. Another one about this guy, Will Slattery, a skydiver whose plane was going down and he survived floating in the ocean off the coast of Costa Rica, I believe, for 24 hours. And I watched a couple more as well. And I'm going to talk about some commonalities that I found in all of these that I found were pretty interesting. I wanted to share them with you. The first takeaway is that we are more resilient than we know. We have a reserve of resiliency to survive within us. In a time of survival, that resiliency gets discovered. Secondly, a healthy mind and brain is critical to survival. Now, this is interesting because, again, getting back to our day-to-day lives and the patterns we have, which is, home, job, commute, grocery store, going out to dinner, whatever, we kind of have these set patterns. And we can kind of go on autopilot a lot of the times throughout our day. And that's all well and good. However, in survival scenarios and also in everyday life, occasionally we're going to encounter moments where a healthy, clear mind, brain is actually critical to survival. Remaining not only calm, but making the right decision at the right time is crucial. This third one is an interesting point, as people in survival situations who feel like they're nearing the end of their energy reserves or the situation and they're dying basically, and then they've been lucky to be found, hours or maybe a day later. A common theme that seems to run through their minds is how have they lived their life and what love have they created, shared in the world. And that's even good just to reflect on not being in a survival situation. And again, most of these people I saw these videos about are pretty pragmatic, and yet they go into this thing about loved ones, etc. A couple other points here, guys. Take small steps towards a goal. Don't look at the huge goal can be overwhelming. And the idea is to focus on the next task at hand, however small it is, because those things add up to the ultimate goal. But I think that's applicable in everyday life as well. Sometimes if we look at a goal and seeing it as insurmountable, then we'll get deterred from that goal. Whereas if we just take small baby steps, eventually we're going to be on the way to the goal. So that was an interesting point. Be patient. Have patience with ourselves is huge. Things take time sometimes, and many times we can be our worst critic and the most demanding on our own selves. The idea is just to be patient. Things will hopefully work out, but patience is key. Finally, even in survival situations, you'll hear about people observing something beautiful happening around them and seeing the irony of their horrible situation that they're in, or dire situation, yet noticing the phosphorescence in the water or the beautiful starry sky. I saw one survival thing about a shark attack where this woman was being dragged underwater by a great white shark and was seeing her air bubbles go up to the surface, and was noting how pretty the bubbles were rising up against the blue water. And she thinking to herself, this is the last thing I'm going to see, but noticing how beautiful it was. And the shark let her go and she came to the surface and survived the attack. But that's a good point, though, for us, in the everyday world, our normal existence day to day, is to notice, take time to smell the roses. Notice the beauty all around us in the everyday world, in nature, and even amongst each other as people. So I look forward to reading your comments below. These are pretty interesting points, common threads that run through different survival stories. If you've got some cool stories to check out, post those in the comments too as well. And thanks for watching.